Hello and welcome to Wellness Wednesday. My name is Amy. I am an Administrative Services Manager at Bagot. Today is National Stress Awareness Day. Now, most of us probably don't need a day to make us aware of whether or not we're stressed, right? We know whether we're stressed or not, and that we have some in our life, and pretty much everybody has some in their life. Some stress is actually good for us. It helps us be a little more productive when we feel a little stressful, and apparently it helps our brain function. But there's a fine line between healthy stress and unhealthy stress. And where that fine line is not very easily detectable. So you really have to kind of watch it personally for when it goes from, ooh, this is making me want to get stuff done, to this is making me want to curl in a ball and never do anything ever again. So just like there are different types or levels of stress, there's different types of stress. So maybe you have stress in your life. It's from money, it's from health concerns, maybe it's because of people, job stress that happens. Some of it's in our control, some of it's not, the things that cause us stress. So the way that we deal with them can be a little bit different too. I have all sorts of stress coping mechanisms that I've developed over the years, and most of them kind of match up, not just with the type, but with the level. So there's like I'm a little bit, my daily, I'll just go with the way I alleviate kind of daily stresses. I have a bubble bath every night, and I've talked about that before. It's just time I read my book, I just soak, and I just relax. And so that's kind of something that helps me every single day. It's my minimal defense system there. Then there's the level of stress like, oh, I'm going to need to take a walk before I respond to that email. There's that little level of stress. Need a little getting out, maybe have some fresh air, maybe get some exercise in there. I don't need a whole class. I just need to walk away a little bit. There's the I wonder if the girls are available for breakfast this weekend kind of stress level. And that one involves a little bit of eating, but mostly just talking with my friends. I just need, again, some time away, but some time really to just chat and talk about it and say all the things that are stressing, and not have to fix it, because sometimes we can't, but just be able to talk about it. So there's kind of that level for me. And then there's the level of breathing that usually comes with driving. So when I'm driving in the car, I'm often doing those little relaxing, breathe in for a count of 4 and hold for 2 and breathe out for a count of 4 while I'm driving. That's its own level of stress, especially in Tucson. It gets a little crazy, especially this time of year. So we get a lot of winter visitors, and it starts to get very crowded on the streets, and where we've been used to flying everywhere during the summer when it's hot, suddenly it takes us 10 minutes longer because we don't have really a freeway system through town. So there's my whole explanation on that stress. You can tell I can go off on that one in a while. Then there's my highest level of stress really for me. I don't really curl in a ball. That's the level of stress where my husband starts to think that we must be having a house sitter coming over, because my house is spotless. Everything starts getting clean. All the nooks and crannies. I've probably washed the baseboards at this point. And I'm hand scrubbing my floor, not just using my little Swiffer mop or my steam mop. I'm actually like down there really scrubbing things. And that's when I've hit a pretty high level of stress, and that's my way of dealing with it. For some reason, it's clean. I think it's just that's what I can control, is that whether or not my house is clean, and so that's what I work on. I mean, I will even organize my junk drawer at that point. So again, the way that we can deal with stress is, first of all, recognizing what type it is, and then kind of choosing what's a way that we can help deal with it. So as I mentioned, I mean, there's exercise. That's always a good one, and if you can get outdoors, even better, because the fresh air makes a big difference for us. Talking to someone, whether that's your friends or someone professional, depends on the level that you need, and you need to figure that out. And if you need to find somebody that you can really talk to, especially sometimes when we're dealing with a lot of those health issues, talking to a professional makes all the difference, because sometimes we talk to friends and they just don't get it, or they have advice based on an experience they've had, and it's not always the same. So talking to someone. It can also be balancing your diet. Sometimes we're getting too much of one thing or another, and that's helping actually cause the stress. Like our gut is upset, or maybe we're having too much sugar, and it's getting us a little hyper, and which is exacerbating the stress. Or we're just, we're not feeling good health-wise, but we're not eating healthy either to kind of help with that. So sometimes it's about getting balance in your diet. Another good one is to get a massage, and I always love when people tell me that I need to get a massage. So I'm telling you, if you've hit that level of stress, maybe it's time to book that massage. And there's lots of different ones that you can do. And maybe to alleviate stress, all you simply need to do is learn this wonderful little world. It is a world in and of its own, but a word that is no. I was taught a long, long time ago that no is a complete sentence and no thank you is a polite complete sentence. Now that was tied into food, but I think it works for a lot of things that we say yes to that add to our plate, that exacerbate our stress because we're so afraid that if we say no, it's not going to get done, and it's okay to say no sometimes. I know everybody has different ways that they alleviate stress in their life, so feel free to add some of the ways that you help alleviate the stress in your life into the comments, because maybe we'll learn something new and be able to put that tool in our toolbox to use in the future. I hope you all have a beautiful, wonderful, stress-free rest of your week, and we will see you next week.